About 2,500 kids in America abused a painkiller for the first time today. That's according to a professor at UNM's College of Pharmacy. Professor Megan Thompson says a lot of those kids have no idea what they're taking or what it will do to them. So she's been showing them what they're doing to themselves through a program that won a national award. Here's her story in tonight's New Mexico Works.
It's an epidemic, actually, especially here in New Mexico.
Just how bad is prescription drug abuse among teens? A day before, UNM professor Megan Thompson was set to speak to La Cueva High School students about the dangers of popping pills, police arrested a student there who they say was selling oxycodone and Adderall.
So do you guys think prescription drug abuse is a problem here in the community? Let me see a show of hands for yes. So pretty much the entire class.
Prescription drugs are cleaner. They don't have to go through a drug dealer to get them. They can just go through a medicine cabinet. So in some ways they think that prescription drugs are much safer.
Thompson says kids take pills out of bottles from their parents' and grandparents' medicine cabinets, which is called farming, and then throw parties.
I thought that we would have a farming party.
As part of her program, Thompson uses candy as pills and has a farming party of her own.
The Blue and Percocet, you had two white ones, which is Vicodin, and then you also had something that's called Valium.
Then the consequences.
You actually will go into respiratory arrest.
Another student finds out what happens when you take too many muscle relaxers.
Not only are you going to start feeling really relaxed, but it also causes relaxation of the smooth muscle in your bowels and your bladder. So he is going to wet his pants in front of all of you.
By the end, it doesn't seem like much of a party.
So we've got somebody here who is in respiratory arrest. We have somebody whose skin is sloughing off, and we have somebody who has just messed their pants.
Thompson says there's a short path from abusing prescription meds to using heroin.
The teenagers who have abused this in the past will say, I loved the way that it made me feel the first time I took it. When the prescription runs out, what then? Then they turn to heroin because it gives them the same type of feeling as it did with the prescription medications.
Heroin overdoses have already cost several La Cueva students their lives in recent years. By the end of Thompson's presentation, some students have gotten the message.
No, what do you mean no?
No.
Why?
Are you sure? They might die. I don't want to die.
Thompson has taken her message to schools, neighborhood associations, and senior centers across the city. She recently won the New Generation RX Award of Excellence. The national award is given to people for doing outreach in their community on the dangers of prescription drug abuse.
I'm humbled and honored, but I just feel like it's the right thing to do to let, it's sort of a public service, I think, that I'm obligated to do as a pharmacist.
Thompson also won grant money, which will help her take her message across the state. UNM pharmacy students also volunteer and join Thompson to speak to teenagers.